Hello, my name is Jessica Nairman, and this is MSJ News. On today's broadcast, we're going to be discussing two very important topics: school shootings around the local BPA community. Over the past 2 decades, 143 American public schools have experienced shootings during school hours that result in at least one fatality. More than 300 people have died in these incidents. This loss of life is a national tragedy, and there is growing evidence that the impact of these incidents reaches far beyond the direct victims and their immediate families. Here is Mercy and Sesha with the story.
A school shooting is defined as an armed attack at an educational institution involving the use of a firearm. One of the first and most significant school shooting incidents reported in the United States was the Columbine High School massacre. On April 20, 1999, Eric Harris and Helen Claiborne opened fire on school grounds, killing 12 students and 1 teacher before committing suicide. This event marked a shift in the way these incidents were handled. For starters, one of the biggest issues regarding the Columbine High School shooting is that law enforcement were not trained to go after a live shooter. Today, most police departments that carry heavy assault weapons are trained to immediately enter and follow gunmen, greatly reducing the risk in a high mortality rate. United States schools have also undergone many security and preparation upgrades these last 2 decades, including Osceola Senior High. Here's our interview with Osceola Schools resource officers.
I am Ms. Parker.
And I'm Tony Mullen.
And we are the school resource officers that work at Osceola Senior High.
What are the procedures in the event of a school shooting incident?
In the event that there was a threat inside the building involving like a school shooting, the first step is obviously identifying that there is a problem and what it is, right? It's a dangerous person with a weapon. Whoever notices that is in charge of basically alerting the school, putting the school, whether it's in lockdown or shelter in place. The big thing you need to know is obviously get into your nearest classroom, right? It doesn't have to be your classroom. Lights are going off, windows covered, and just stay there and be quiet until everybody gets the all clear. Our job is to go find out what the danger is and communicate with our dispatch and our partners and make the school safe again.
How has this phenomenon as a whole impacted your role in a school building?
I think how it's impacted our role is, I think, as we continue to train for that, and then now we get our police department, our whole police department to train on that.
You know, over the years, things were probably overlooked in the past before these type of incidents happen. Now when somebody reports somebody that, hey, this person's suspicious or their behavior's changed or I'm concerned about this student, it gets taken very seriously.
However, despite these efforts, the phenomenon of school shooting has continued to plague the country, becoming even more deadlier than Columbine. A few of these incidents include Sandy Hook, Parkline, and Virginia Tech, the deadliest school shooting in U.S. history. School shootings tend to have ramifications beyond those just directly affected. Students and staff who witness this horrific event are likely to experience traumatic stress symptoms, develop anxiety or depression, and have a general concern about their safety, according to the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia Center for Violence Prevention. However, the effect has been felt among students across the United States, as prompted youth-led protests and social media campaigns to eradicate this issue once and for all.
7 seconds trivia. What is the most snow that's ever fallen in Minnesota? If you guessed 88 inches, you are correct. This snowfall took place from February 15th to February 21st in 1969.
That's a lot of snow. That's something people in the state are used to. Also, Happy New Year to all. This new year was welcomed with many inches of snow. Adding on to the topic of school from earlier, early dismissals and e-learning days have been in place lately due to arduous winter conditions here in Minnesota.
Wow, that was unfortunate. However, despite the weather, our local BPA chapter continued to thrive.
On December 16th, Osceola's BPA collected their fundraising products and distributed them to their owners. We fundraised through the company's My Fruit Sale and Driven Coffee fundraiser to raise money for upcoming regional and state competitions. Students sold boxes of fruit, ground coffee, and cheeses all by themselves to teachers, family members, and more.
Thanks, Jessica. It's nice to see how our BPA members continue to show leadership during a time of trial.
Special thanks to us, your school resource officers, once again for joining us on today's program. And that's it for MSJ News. I'm Anna Roshifni George.
And I'm Mercy Amal. Catch you guys later on MSJ News.